Hi, hello, welcome to online class friends. So unfortunately in the previous class that class is a stop. So now we will continue the next part of that topic, the gardener. So where we stop that by took mistake. So that's why we are not able to that final that conclusion. So now we will move the next continuation of that part of the gardener. So while the old man and the housewife, sorry, the owner wife, the landlady, they were sitting on the embankment of the well, and the conversation is going on between the old man and that the owner wife. So the old man narrating the some of the story, and he knows that story very well in the near, but here he represents I know some of the similar story which is I learned somewhere and I heard somewhere. Then he was continuously started that story, the narrating in the evening time where the sun in the sun falling in the western horizon, where the sunbeam was laying on the foliage of the coconut and mangoes and jackfruit trees, and whereas he was continuing narrating the story of the one of the small villages. There is a Tamanna name of a guy, Tamanna, whose name was Tamanna, and he has everything to living his life. He had everything to living life, and he had 10 acres of wetland. He had 10 acre of wetland, which is he leading his life very happily, and he producing the wheat of in that land, in the wetland, and the rivalry happened between it with the a name called Sangozi. When the old man narration was started with the Tamanna and the rivalry between Sangozi, after proceeding some of the that the story, and the man was started the pummling his words. The man was started pummling his words. Pummling means toduluvodu. When he was talking with that old lady or the landlady, that time the old man is fumbling the word because of he had committed the mistakes. He know I had committed the mistake, so I want to change. Then while he began that old man that story, the landlady, she was ready to say, all this is not a concern to me. It's that none of my concern. None of my concern. ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ನನಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಂತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತಾ, ವೇರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ while I told to that old man, he became unwilling to hurt that old man. So that reason that the landlady, yes, she was refused to tell to him, and later onwards that old man, what he was told the name of the Sangozi. Oh no, that name is not a Sangozi. That name is Basuvaya. His name is Basuvaya. So here is the rivalry between the competition versus rivalry. Who's between the competition? Tamanna versus Basuvaya. Tamanna versus Basuvaya. The competition was started between them because of Tamanna had 10 acre of wetland. How much acre of wetland? 10 acre of wetland the Tamanna had. Then the Baswaya, unusual competitive. They both were the very close friends in that village, a small village, and they were living very happily life. Both of living happily life. But what happened? Day by day, the friendship is becoming the competitors. The competition was started, and on the behalf of that competition, the Baswaya was bought the 10 acres of land. He was bought 10 acres of land, and later then followed the suit of one of her 10 friends. The Tamanna had followed some of the friends in the outside. When he was followed the 10 friends, when Tamanna was followed the 10 friends, whereas the Baswaya follow the 15 friends. How much? 15 friends. So because of they want to show their dignity and the strengthening in front of that villagers, then the rivalry was happening is a continuation. There onwards, they gradually rose the such a pitch there was between the heroes rivalry. Then the rivalry is increased. The rivalry is increased to 10 acre of wetland to 1000 acre of increase. Instead of 10 acre, that increase the 1000 acre. The 1000 acre of increase. Then same as where the increase is land, 10 acres to 1000 acres, the Baswaya same as the 10 acres to 800 acres of land. The huge fight between of them, and finally when they were had 1000 acres of land, then the 800 acres of land, there is no any piece of land to buy them in that village. There is no land left in that village, a piece of land left in the village. So what happened? Became the rivalry again the star. He has 1000 acre of land, then he has 8 acre of land. The Baswaya was demand to the Tamanna to sell the 200 acre of land. How many acres of land? 200 acre of land. On the request of Baswaya, the Tamanna didn't bother about. He don't bother about because of he not ready to sell that 2 acre of land, and he not sold that land, and later onwards the rumor was happened grown and big rumor was happened, and the finally what he did Baswaya what he did, then along with his friends the Baswaya invasion on the Tamanna. Baswaya is invasion on the Tamanna. Invasion means ಅವನ ಮೇಲೆ ದಾಳಿ ಮಾಡುವುದು ಅಥವಾ ದಂಡೆತ್ತಿ ಹೋಗುವುದು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥವನ್ನು ನೀಡುತ್ತೆ. Invasion on his mindset, and then the Baswaya was encroached 2 acre of land. 2 acre of land, which is the became the plus 200 acre of land, whereas Tamanna was minus 2 acres of land. Because of that is increase 1000 to 800 of land, and here is increase 800 to 1000 acres of land. But what happened that time? The Tamanna didn't bother about. He didn't care. Even the Baswaya, when he had more 200 acres of land encroached, that time he didn't bother about, and that will be goes on, and he didn't care about that, and the Baswaya who was enclosed 200 of lands and who put the fence around that land forcibly. Fence around the land. Baswaya put the fence around the land. ಏನು ಸುತ್ತ ಏನು 200 ಎಕರೆ ಆಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಅವರು ಕಬಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂತಾರೆ. ಆ ಆಸ್ತಿಯ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಲಿಯನ್ನು ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಬೇಲಿಯನ್ನು ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. Then the Tamanna, he didn't bother about. Then when he was lost Tamanna, that 200 of acres of land, the Tamanna supporters, whose friends were the supporters, they advised to the Tamanna. Tamanna ಅವರಿಗೆ advise ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So the Baswaya was enclosed 200 acre of land. So if you want to go through the police station or the court of law or another method of to again we have the persons to attack to him and again reback to that land. The three methods. One is go to the police station and registration the complaint to about the land, and another one is the court of law, and third one is if there is not possible the both, then the third one is we attack some of the person friends. We have some of the friends, we attack on to the Baswaya and again we can recatch that land. But the Tamanna again he don't bother about his land, but he bother about in the thought of it, his consciousness, he want to do annihilate of the Baswaya. He has a plan to, he had become a virtually inevitable, and then with the composing ಏನು ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ತಮ್ಮಣ್ಣ ಅವನು ತನ್ನಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ತಾನು ಕೊರಿ ಸಾಯಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನನ್ನು ಹುಡುಕ್ತಾನೆ. ದೆನ್ ತಮ್ಮಣ್ಣ ವಾಸ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕಂಪೋಸ್ ದಿ ballad and some of the poems, some of the songs with the through he was singing of them. Again the rivalry between Tamanna and Baswaya moving away from the thing that are the visible towards invisible facts, that is abstract domain. So whereas Tamanna ready to composing the songs, ballads and some of the poems, here is one word is ballad, which means a long narrative poem. Ballad is long narrative poem which had hidden meanings. Ballad, the Tamanna is a greater spiritual ideology. Whatever the invisible things became that domain, abstract domain. Then again the Baswaya has the same plan to composing some of the poems, but he didn't compose. He unable to compose that songs, and again the task is reputation was spreading all over the ground, and that cruelty was thinking when the Baswaya he encroached more and more land to the Tamanna. Again was started the encroaching to the more and more land, whereas he first encroached 200 of the land, and again he becoming encroaching next 100, 200, and become totally the Baswaya became gradually turned as a rich, and Tamanna is gradually turned became a poor because of his land was falling down. His land was falling down. His land was rising up. His land was rising up. So Baswaya became a very rich fellow in that village. And what he wanted to do, then the Baswaya was planning to build some of the mansion, building some of the mansion which is a glorious house, which is the glorious house. ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಮನೆಯನ್ನು ಅರಮನೆಯ ತರವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅರಮನೆಯನ್ನು ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಸಲು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. Then he was whatever the feeling to his desire he was got one of the palatial mansion house, and he was a person to appoint some of the people just to praise to him. Then see here, when a fellow becoming a rich fellow, that time he has a guilty desire is more. Then the fellow was continuation of building some of the mansion, and he was appointing some of the people to praising him, and he is bedeck himself with the gold and diamonds and some of the precious stones. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಯಾವಾಗ ತಮ್ಮನ ಆಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಕ್ರಮೇಣವಾಗಿ ಕಬಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಆ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಈತನು ಅತಿ ಶ್ರೀಮಂತನಾಗಿ ಪರಿಗಣಿಸ್ತಾನೆ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ ನಂತರ ಈತನಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಭವ್ಯವಾದ ಅರಮನೆಯನ್ನು ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣವನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವುದರ ಮೂಲಕ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂತಹ ಸಹಚರರನ್ನು ನೇಮಕ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ ಸಹಚರರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇವನಿಗೆ ಹೊಗಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಸಹಚರರನ್ನು ನೇಮಕ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. ತನ್ನ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂಗಾರದಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿರುವಂತಹ ವಜ್ರ ವೈಡೂರ್ಯಗಳಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿರುವಂತಹ ಬೆಡ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. ತನಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಬೇಕೋ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಬಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ one problem is there. That is the one of the precious empty because of that house. There is no any books of tamanna. There is no any books of the tamanna. So that's why when the visitors visit to the that Basavaya homes and that Basavaya's palace, that time the visitors, some of the pollers, he was inviting to everybody. Those who came to his house and looked the house and saw that house is very glorious, fantastic, mind-blowing house, and everything is there. You have made very precious stones, golds, bed is very good. Then there is only one thing is empty. There is no any books of tamanna. There is no any books of tamanna. So then Basavaya was thinking very much, because of any peoples and writers, even the poets, authors, novelists visit to his house. Everybody told to the Basavaya there is no books of tamanna. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಸವಯ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಗಿಲ್ಟಿ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅವನು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಶ್ರೀಮಂತ ರಿಚ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವನ ಹತ್ರ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ತಮ್ಮನಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಿಸಿದ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಅದು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಜನರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ವಿಸಿಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೋ ಅಂತಹ ಜನರು ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಆನಂದಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಭವ್ಯವಾದ ಅರಮನೆಯನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಂಗಾರ ವಜ್ರ ವೈಡೂರ್ಯಗಳಿಂದ ನಿರ್ಮಿತವಾದಂತಹ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಣ್ ತುಂಬಿಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಮೈ ಮರೀತಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಕೊರತೆ ಎದ್ದು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತಾ ಆ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಯಾವ ಕೊರತೆ ಎಂದರೆ ಅದು ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ಕೊರತೆ. ಅದು ಯಾರ ಪುಸ್ತಕ? ತಮ್ಮಣ್ಣನಿಂದ ನಿರ್ಮಿಸಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಂತಹ, ತಮ್ಮಣ್ಣನಿಂದ ರಚಿತವಾದಂತಹ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳೇ ಆ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಆ ಮನೆ ಬಿಕೋ ಅಂತ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತ, ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಇದ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲದ ಹಾಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತ. ದೆನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಅಡ್ವೈಸನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ when the visitors were advised to the Tamanna to how his mansion, palatial mansion and some of the gold materials which was looking beautifully, but there was a empty of the goods. Then the Baswaya was thinking himself, and what was happening in the next stanza, when the Baswaya was surpassing that time, when he was surpassing to the Tamanna, he was heard some of the news. The Tamanna is ill. Tamanna is ill condition. Then the Baswaya is thinking health is wealth for Tamanna. Health is wealth for Tamanna. Okay, so that is the one of the very popular saying words. The health is wealth. When the Baswaya was said that, like when Tamanna was singing and ballads and writing some of the ballads, he is suffering from the diseases. So we want to review the Tamanna disease was Baswaya health. What was review? The ತಮ್ಮಣ್ಣನ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಯಾರಿಂದ ರಿವೈ ಆಗಬೇಕು? ಬಸವಯ್ಯನ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ಲಿಂದ ರಿವೈ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾರ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತಾ? ತಮ್ಮಣ್ಣನ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತಾ. Then what plan had the Tamanna, and what was the happening in the that letter of the gardener story, and then the Baswaya, how he is became the some of the depression in a different way, we will see in the next class. Okay, so before we will stop this class, there is some of the question on that topic. So how many acres of the land of the Tamanna? There is 10 acres of land, which is the wetland. Then after the, how many acres had the land of the Tamanna? The 1000 acres of land. Whereas how many acres of the Baswaya? Baswaya had the bought the 10 acres of land, which is increased to the 800 acres of land. What are the special quality of the Tamanna to the composing the ballads, songs and poems? He has no zealous, he is a reality man. Whereas Baswaya, who was not able to composing the songs, poem, is engrossed in the land, which is the became the genius of his success. Okay, so now we will stop here, and we'll see the meet the next class. Thank you very much.